Hello again, and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. We are almost there. One more day before the weekend. Oh yeah, we can do this. We can do this. We're almost there. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you guys are ready for the weekend because it's almost here. It looks like we are in the midst of another snowstorm out here in Canada, Ontario. So, we do with that as we will. Makes it very great to stay inside. Not so great if you have stuff to do and running around to accomplish. But, stay safe, drive well, and, don't be too crazy out there. Quick update before we get started. This month only, doTERRA is running a promotion to where if you enroll with 150 PV order or more, you get $50 in free product points back from doTERRA. So if you're interested in free stuff, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. What I wanted to talk a little bit today about was simplifying workouts. And whenever you're talking about working out, exercising, getting into shape, right, movement of any sort, it can seem very overwhelming, very stressful right off the bat. And if you're not fully prepared for what you're getting into, it can be very overwhelming very quickly. And so that's where I wanted to come in. I don't like to complicate things. I like to do things very easy, very simple. And if there's a simpler way, definitely let me know because I would love to hear it. But I've got some tips here that to simplify your workouts, to sort of get the most bang for your buck, if you will, and to make you sort of want to keep going. Right? That's really what it comes down to more than anything. If we don't want to do something, more often than not, we're not going to. That's just the way we're programmed as people. So I got some tips that help me. Hopefully they help you, and let's dive right in. Tip number one is to target specific muscles. So when we're talking about exercising, and when we're talking about getting the most bang for the buck, we're talking about the most specific muscles in your body, because that way you can see results without having to do a whole bunch of complicated stuff and without actually having to figure out which muscles you have to work or what's better for what or anything like that, right? So specific muscles, we're talking biceps, triceps, right? Chest muscles, thigh muscles, calf muscles, your glute muscles, right? Your butt, and your ab muscles. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one more that I'm missing. Your back, back muscles. And this is really what you want to do, or what you want to remember when you're exercising, is that the body is like a well-oiled machine, right? The back works with the front and the bottom works with the top, right? So you've seen those guys, right? That they've got the huge upper body, and they can't even turn around to wipe their own after they go to the bathroom, and their legs are little thumbtacks, little stick legs, right? And it's funny to look at, right? But you wouldn't really say anything to them. and vice versa is true, right? They've got these big tree trunk worth of legs, and then the upper body is really, really thin, and there's not really too much to it. So that's where you just have to know that you want to work the whole body and do everything together, right? So target specific muscles. I'll mention them again: the biceps, triceps, chest, back, glutes, thighs, and calves. Those are the 7 muscles that you want to target, and they will give you the most bang for your buck because you will see the most improvement in those 7 areas, and also it will be easier for you to work your whole body by just focusing on those 7 areas. You actually get like a whole body workout. Tip number 2 is specific exercises. I like this one because when you're thinking about working out and you're thinking about exercising and all sorts of shebangs, you tend to get really overwhelmed with thinking about all the stuff that you have to do and what kind of routine do I need to have, and Andrew just said the body's a well-oiled machine and you got to work all the parts together. So what exercises do I do, and then if I do like this, and then if I bring myself back like that, and then I twist myself over like that, and we can get really off track very quickly. So what we want to do is just specific exercises. For me, what I like to do is I like to do specific body parts every day of the week, right? So, more often than not when I can. What you're aiming for is really 3 days a week. If you can, definitely, if you can, do more. But the minimum you're looking for is 3 days a week. But what you want to do is, so when we're talking about specific exercises, we're talking about legit. You just go in there and bicep curls, right? That's it. That's all you're doing. That's your whole workout. Then the next day we go in and we're doing squats, right? And we do squats, and that's it. That's your whole workout. Then the next day we come back to the upper body, right? And we're doing the bench press, right? And then the next day we come back and we're doing the lunges, right? So that's where I'm talking about specific exercises. Just focus on doing what you can with the time and the effort and the energy that you have, right? So if you don't have a lot of time, this is perfect way to get a really good exercise in a little bit amount of time. If you do have a little bit more time, that's great. Focus on more of doing that specific exercise, right? So just exercise specific, target specific muscles, and that will simplify your workout really more than anything. My next tip is to stop thinking, start moving. That's it. That's really all it is. Because when we talk about exercise, when we talk about moving, when we talk about all that stuff, right, it can be very overwhelming to think about. Like, oh my God, now I gotta carve out an hour to go to the gym every day. Now I gotta get a membership. Now I gotta figure out a way to get there. Then, okay, what time do I get off work? And okay, now I gotta eat dinner. Oh my God, the kids have got hockey practice, and then I gotta go see my mom and grandma and then this and that and by the time we get actually around to doing anything, we have really it's almost like quicksand, right? We've sewn ourselves into right. We're digging ourselves even more into a deeper hole than we can get out of because we just don't know what to do. That's where stop thinking about it, start doing. Start moving, whatever you can. Even if it's just like this, while you're thinking about all, the plethora of stuff that you have to do, and you're just walking, right? We're just walking in step, maybe some high knees, right? Bring the knees up as high as you can. But that's it, right? That right here is a workout. You're moving, you're exercising, right? You're getting the heart rate pumping. I mean, if you really, down to the bare brass of it, go and Google what it means to exercise. Really, all it means is to just move your body and to get your heart rate going and to do all that stuff, right? So as you're thinking there and you're overwhelming yourself with the plethora of things you think you have to get done, just move. Just walk in spot, right? Maybe do laps around the house while you figure out your life and where it all went wrong and how to make it all better again. But at least you're moving, right? And at least you're doing something to help you progress further into your goal. And that's really as easy as it can be. My next tip is to commit. I like this one because, again, we can sit here and give excuse after reason why we can't do it, after, this is hurting me and my back is hurting so I can't lift and I'm old so what's the point, or I just got out of or I'm feeling sad, right, so there's no real point of doing it, or nobody loves me, right? There's reason after excuse after whatever you want to call it why we can't do it. There's a whole other side of that page as to reasons why we can do it and why we should do it and why we should focus on it. But the number one reason I would say more than anything is to commit to you overall, right? Your health, your wellness, your well-being, things that make you a better person, and really commit to it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else because somebody at work called you fat, or because you want to try and get your dream relationship, or because you think your boyfriend or your girlfriend will love you better, or, whatever your reason, don't make it for somebody else. Because when you make your commitment and your reasons and your why for somebody else, it tends to be less of a motivation and more of a reason to not really commit to it. But when you do it for yourself and you understand that this is something that I am going to change my life, I am going to do for myself, and this is going to be the first day of the rest of my life, that's a commitment. You commit to doing it no matter what. When you just try, right, and you want to, and when it's convenient, it is. But when you commit to doing it, you actually you almost force yourself to make time for it, but at the same time, you tend to make time for it. You tend to realize that you have time for it, and life kind of starts slowing down. And that's a really powerful thing right there, when you can have your life sort of slow down, time slow down, and you can actually have extra time to do what you want to, right? Versus just thinking about everything. So make a commitment, decide that this is something that you want to do, and commit to it, right? It takes roughly 26 days, give or take, to form a new habit. And that's what we're doing, right? We're trying to form a new habit, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's definitely going to be hard. There's going to be some times and some trials and some tribulations, periods where you don't want to anymore, periods that you think you can't anymore, but you know you can because you're awesome. There is a plethora of things that you've already done in your life that you either A, didn't know that you could, or B, were like, I can do this because I'm going to, because I need to. Commit to it. Make it a decision, a conscious decision that you are going to do this as much as you can. I'm not saying you have to do it every day. I'm not saying that you have to do it every other day, but commit to doing what you can with what you've got. I like my next tip is to not to add too much. I like this one because when we get to when we end up going to the gym and we we go in there and we see the bench press over here, and then the treadmill over here, and then there's that ab machine that I read about over there, and then there's the pull up machine over there, and there's the rowing machine over there, and there's the leg press over there, and like boom, 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 boom. I mean, like, that's so much going on right there. And if you don't really A, know what you're doing, or B, have the time to do any of that, it can get really overwhelming. And that's where you tend to not really do as much as you would because you're trying to focus on too much at once, right? So I need to hit this machine, then this one, 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 then this. And I need to hit, 15 different machines to work out all of the muscles in my body. You don't. Get that out of your mind, way out of your mind. This goes a lot with the tips that I said before about targeting muscles and specific exercises. Don't add too many workouts too much because that's, like I said, you want to focus on doing specific exercises very well. Doing more repetitions, right? Maybe a little bit more weight, but don't focus on doing 17 different machines when you can focus on doing one exercise and doing it perfect. When you start adding more things, it can very much lead to overwhelm, and that's how you can overcomplicate your workout, and you don't need to overcomplicate it. We're trying to simplify things. So stick to one, maybe two machines if you can, like if you need to, right? If there's something that is going on in your head that you can't just stick to one machine, do two, right? But don't go any more than that because we're trying to simplify things. We're trying to get the most bang out of our buck, and don't add too much all at once. My next tip, more than anything, is to tame your expectations. I like this one because we have a tendency a lot of times to compare ourselves to other people and to, think about what they're doing versus something that we should be doing. Or when we go to the gym, right, we see that guy that's that big buff guy and we're like, okay, cool, that's awesome. I just need to lift 300 pounds all day, every day, and I will get to that guy's size. You can get to that guy's size, and you can definitely lift 300 pounds all day, every day. But if you're going to the gym and you start right away by putting 300 pounds on that bar, you will hurt yourself. And I don't mean to guarantee that, but I will I'm a betting man. I like gambling, and I would definitely put money on you getting hurt because that's not good for you, nor is it going to be beneficial for you at all. You are you. Nobody can be you, and nobody's in the same exact position that you are in, right? Whether you're a very, very beginner who's never going to lift up weight in his life, or some sort of intermediate slash expert that knows exactly all the proper forms and what to do and how to move and that, right? But there's never going to be somebody in the exact position that you are in. So therefore you can't, and there's always going to be people that either gain or lose more than you quicker. It just is. It happens. We're all different people. There is no one clear-cut formula for everybody. So you are going to make gains and losses at a different rate than other people. So you need to tame your expectations and understand that this is going to be a process, and this is something that you're willing to to go through the lumps, because this is a decision that you've committed to changing your life. And then my last tip, more than anything, is essential oils. I love using essential oils for everything, and I mean, exercise is no different. One of my favorite oils is actually peppermint. I like using this one for opening up the airways and allowing for clear breathing. A lot of times when you're at the gym or you're exercising, right, you're and you tend to get that wheezing feeling, right? I love using peppermint to just open it up. It also provides you a nice little kick in the face if you're sort of feeling a little bit down. And then my next oil, it's actually a lotion, a cream. This is the reason that I started in doTERRA, and the reason that I will never use anything except for essential oils. The Deep Blue Rub lotion, before, after, during exercise. I mean, anytime you have any sort of discomfort, inflammation, right? This is I love it. It's similar to Rub A535, right? So you get the cooling sensation, and it's awesome for pre-workout, but it's awesome also for post-workout. So I mean, whenever you need to use it, that's my favorite. That's all I got for you for today. My tips to simplify your workouts: target specific areas. You only need to target certain areas in order to have a full body workout. Only do specific exercises. Don't try and do too much at once. Stop thinking, start moving. Commit, make the decision that this is going to be something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. Don't add too much all at once. Try and keep it so that you know exactly what you're doing. Tame your expectations. Nobody's going to be as great as you, and there's nobody else that's like you. You be you. And then essential oils are great for assisting your body in everything. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys found some value in this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or how to get some free stuff from doTERRA, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.